Hello, Michael Stack here with AMAX. So, this past weekend was the second presidential debate between candidates Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. It was a 90-minute snapshot of information with their policies, their views, and unfortunately, a lot of their personal indiscretions. It's designed to give us information as the American public of who we want to decide individually who we want to be our next president. Now, there are individuals who will spend hours, weeks, months, years participating in the talk shows, reading the policies, learning every minute detail about their candidate in order to make their decision. But there's millions of Americans that don't have the time or, frankly, the interest to study to that level of minute detail. So they use the debates in order to make that decision, to get that information, to get that snapshot, to make that extraordinarily important decision on election day for themselves. It got me thinking of how this relates to workers' compensation and the important decisions we make in a claims organization almost every day in regards to these medical decisions. There are doctors and people in the medical community who similarly will spend their entire career studying the biology to the minute detail in order to create determinations in regards to two specific points of injury duration and causation of whether that injury is work related or not. So, what's the snapshot? What's that information that we can turn on for 90 minutes and hopefully get some information in order to help us make that decision? I'm going to give you two resources here in regards to injury duration and causation. Injury duration, the resource is MD Guidelines and ODG Guidelines. These are published by medical professionals and give you an idea of the expected duration of a particular injury, whether that's 2 weeks, 5 to 10 weeks, 15 plus weeks based on a various number of factors. You could look at a shoulder injury, a back injury, a wrist injury, a knee injury, whatever the case, and get an idea of the expected duration of that injury. So if it's expected to be 5 to 10 weeks based on a certain number of factors for a shoulder injury, and you're getting at 9, 10, 11 weeks, and that individual is not back to work, that's cause to bring in some additional intervention strategies to get things going on the right track. Now let's talk about causation. I want to give you a resource here, the AMA Guide to Causation. In-depth book. This is a book you can find on Amazon. Will give you an understanding from the medical perspective, and it's really written and designed for that person that is not a medical expert but has some medical knowledge to understand the elements of causation. Injury duration and causation, AMA Guide to Causation, and the MDG and ODG Guidelines. Great resources in order to help you make that extraordinarily important decision. Let's get on Michael Stack with AMAX. And remember, your success in workers' compensation is defined by your integrity. So be great.